Good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you are having a good week. I know it has been a bit challenging for everybody as you have been staying inside a bit more. A lot of the bars and restaurants are closed, various businesses are closed, and and the schools are closed, and it's been presenting a little bit of a challenge for a lot of people. I think one, because a lot of people aren't able to work, and that can be really challenging for the income. It's also very challenging if children aren't able to go to school. One, again, because you're wanting them to be able to learn, and then also it can be a hard thing because some of the children rely on the schools for their meals. Sometimes if you are working a job still, but your children aren't able to go to school, then that becomes another issue of what do you do with your children while you're working. So it's, and then there's so many other issues going on too, and trying to keep everybody healthy, keeping your immune systems boosted up, and then also trying to prevent boredom from setting in. I know I've been hearing a few people talking about how they've been getting a bit stir crazy and just trying to figure out what they can possibly do while you're stuck at home currently and running out of options. Maybe you are done with just kind of figuring out what your first things are that come to mind. And so I wanted to give you a few suggestions today for today's Life Talk, going a little bit into some of the basic concepts and ideas of how do we get through this coronavirus thing and the aspect of boredom and feeling stir crazy at home. Obviously, whatever it is you're doing, make sure you keep washing your hands very well, massaging that soap in for 20 to 30 seconds at a time, each time you wash your hands, and cleaning all of those hard surfaces, just to make sure you're staying well while you are going through some of these suggestions. So I'm staying in. Now what? It's been days. Maybe you're feeling very stir crazy. Some of the basics to think of. Hopefully this is giving you time to have sit down dinners again with family. I know when a lot of us were growing up in my generation, we used to have dinner with the family where you sit and you enjoy time talking and catching up at the table. And that's something that I've heard for a lot of families doesn't really happen anymore. There's a lot of extracurricular activities after school. A lot of people work longer, harder hours, and people are just exhausted at the end of the day and end up getting just something very quick to eat. And so some families just eat even on different schedules from each other. So take this time while you're stuck inside a bit and catch up with each other. Have dinner with each other. Catch up on what you think, what's going on in each other's lives. One of the other things you can do is spring cleaning. It's that time of year and you're stuck at home. So use this time to really spring clean, clear out those cupboards, clear away the clutter, look into seeing what things you can get rid of, what things you need to clean. That's going to also help prevent some of the aspects of the virus if you're doing that deep cleaning too. But as you're cleaning and you're going through your cupboards, your closets, and maybe you're starting to purge some things, think about what you can donate too, because a lot of people are struggling a lot to get through this. And if you're donating some of the items that you don't need anymore, maybe that can help a family that is needing some kitchen utensils or some clothes that are gently used, whatever it is that you thought you once loved that you no longer feel like you need, allow that to be a blessing to somebody else. Make sure you wash it before you donate it, but think about what you can let go of so that it can be a blessing for somebody else. If you have a little extra time during this time, you might want to think about doing some goal setting. Again, we're in this culture where often we're so busy, we're going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and winter is usually the best time of year. If you watched our series as we go through the wheel of the year, winter is the time for planning, springtime is the time for planting those seeds. In the fall, we harvest everything that we worked on so hard through the summer. So we're in that in-between time between winter and spring. So it's perfect if you're stuck inside to plan, do some goal setting, because know that we will get through this crisis. There will be a lot of hard things that we have to figure out. There's going to be a lot of hard changes economically for a lot of people, but think about what you can do to do some goal setting so you can figure out how to make a plan for yourself, make a plan for your family. If you feel like you already have a plan for yourself, you might want to check with some of your closest loved ones to see if they have a plan, if they need some help with something as well. But goal setting, write it down. Don't just think about it, write it down. It really helps. There's a system out there called Tula, Tulaxi, or XII, I believe, that can help you if you're having a hard time with goal setting. They have some great planners that will really help make it a bit easier. They give you some structure to write the things down. I found it very useful. There's a woman named Nancy Engel who sells those. If you're interested, you can check out her website. If you want that information, let me know. But I found that really useful for goal setting and for planning. They have a lot of things to help you with tracking your health too, which can be really important during this time, not just because of the virus, but make sure if you have any other health issues going on that you're monitoring it, that you're taking care of yourself, that you're checking in with yourself. If you have diabetes, keep an eye on that. Sometimes stress can impact that. A lot of autoimmune illnesses are impacted by stress, and this is a stressful time for a lot of people. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Eat fresh fruit, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. Wow, that was hard to say. Fruits and vegetables, whatever fresh, healthy food you can, that's going to keep your immune system up. Keep up with the vitamins. Vitamin C and vitamin D really work better when you take them together. The B vitamins can help you with keeping your energy up and keeping your immune system a bit more regulated too as we're going through all of the stress. It'll help to recover a lot of those aspects that are depleted under stress. And know that if you just want to sleep, if you have had such a busy time in life where you're juggling between jobs and school and whatever's going on in your life, and you feel like you're just at home and you just want to sleep right now, no, that's okay too. Give yourself permission to do what you need to do to stay healthy, not just physically, but also emotionally and mentally. So give yourself permission to do what is best for you during this time frame. It's much better to get the rest that you need instead of being stir crazy or feeling guilty about what you should be doing or need to do when you can't really do it. So give yourself permission. Know if you just want to sleep right now, that's okay. If you want to do the goal setting and really plan out, make a plan for yourself, that's great too. Or if you're wanting to do the spring cleaning, come up with some creative ideas to keep yourself busy, unless what you need to do is rest. Then rest and enjoy it. Often we talk about being just too busy in life, but know that now is a great time that you can stay in and catch up on things. And you have an excuse to stay in and to catch up on the things around the house and with your family. On top of that, there's some great things that are going on where places are really collaborating together to make this time a little bit easier for you. For several of the museums, they know you can't come out to them, so they are coming directly to you. There are many museums that have offered virtual tours. There are even animal rescue groups that are offering cat tours where you can see online, you can watch the cat videos and they'll walk you around the place. It's kind of a fun way to feel like you can still be in touch with places. Or if you're doing the virtual museum tours, it's amazing art that you can look at, amazing sculptures. A lot of them are doing this free while we're in this time frame to help people to ease it a bit. There's a place called Pet Angel in Frankenmuth that is doing story time with the cats at noon every day. So if you would like to tune in while they read stories to the cats, because the cats are not able to have visitors currently, then you can tune in, watch the kitties play, and listen to the nice little story as well. Tune your children in for that. I think they'll really like it. Another idea, we can go old school with some of this. Before we had all the technology and before we were always gone and out of our houses, Think about doing board games with the people that are in your family. That's an oldie but a goodie. You can also think about coloring as a family. Coloring really helps the brain to relax and to release stress. So it might sound like a silly thing, but you will find as you start coloring that your brain is no longer stressing and worrying about the virus or the stress that you have going on or the financial burdens that you're coming into because of this. Because when your brain is focused on coloring, they found you can't really focus on the two things at once. So it releases that stress, gives you a little bit of a break from it. It doesn't mean the stress is going to go away forever, but it will make it so it's a little bit easier for you to get through this time. Think about if you have children, maybe making some crafts or doing some fun decor for your home. Spruce it up so it looks a little bit more exciting at home, because this is a place where you're going to be spending a bit of your time right now. So think about what you can do to make some decor with things that you already have at home. Make some crafts. Working with art can be so therapeutic for yourself as an adult, and also if you have children too. And because the schools are closed, this is causing a lot of concern for a lot of people. And obviously we don't want kids just doing nothing at home. That's going to be really causing you to get stir crazy, as well as the children. Children need to be active and able to do things, and they're supposed to be learning, especially this time of year. I know when I grew up, all of the toys that I had some kind of an educational component to them, which I really valued quite a bit. But an exciting thing is there are a lot of at-home learning places, at-home schools that are opening up and offering for free of charge all of their services online. So if you want to help your child to be able to keep learning and to keep getting ahead and growing, so I'll list some of the places that are available for you now. Scholastic is one of the really big schoolhouses that's very well known, and they're offering free online courses while the schools are closed due to the coronavirus concerns. There's another website called Backpack Sciences, and this is a really fun website. They have a whole video series that's dedicated to the different sciences, and I think you and your children of all ages will both benefit from that and enjoy it as well. There's a website called Board Maker, and that website is especially good for special needs children. It helps you to make boards that can help with the education and communication and a lot of other things. It's really geared towards special needs like Down syndrome, autism, and things like that. All of that is free of charge right now, all of their services. Book Creator is another one, and that can be fun. That will help you to be able to make your very own book online that you can read and look through and have some graphics with it. It's a really fun thing, again, for kids of all ages. As an adult, you might even enjoy that too if you have a storyteller within you. There's another website called Brain Pop. That's BRAINPOP. Another one called Breakout EDU, and that one puts everything into games. They have a lot of really fun learning games for math, sciences, all of that, reading, everything. And the last one I'm going to mention is CK to 12 Foundation. That's the letter C, the letter K, dash 12 Foundation, and that is a great online resource that will help you with, again, with kindergarten through grade 12, with a lot of resources for whatever it is that you need for your children. So I hope you'll consider doing some of those to give some online relief so that they can continue to learn while this virus is going on, while you're stuck at home, even if it's just you and your spouse, or maybe it's just you. Hopefully that gives you some ideas so that you can safely be at home and enjoying all that you can enjoy, furthering your life. Maybe we'll even be able to come out of this with some better habits. It would be nice if people have better everyday sanitation habits. They've found that there's been a 60% drop in cases of influenza because people are washing their hands and people are sanitizing surfaces better. I feel like we should always look to see what the silver lining is, even when something is very, very challenging, can feel very devastating at the time that it's occurring, but we can find out what can be learned from it later. So think about, as you're going through this and as you're seeing what is challenging you. I heard somebody talking and they said that through this they're learning how to plan better, how to budget better, how to save better in the future, because this is inevitably putting a lot of people on the brink of bankruptcy, potentially homelessness, unless we can hopefully have the governor make some changes to help alleviate some of those issues as well for people. But try to think, as you're going through this, what lessons can you learn? What takeaways can you have? How can you be better in some aspects within your life coming out of this or throughout this process? How can you make changes in the future to better yourself? And it might only be something as simple as maybe you got some really good deep spring cleaning done and you enjoyed more dinners where you feel more connected with your family, whether that's your immediate family or those that are closest to you that come into your circle. I hope that gives you some food for thought. I value and appreciate and love every single one of you. I am doing Reiki every day to send love, light, and Reiki and healing out to the world, to all of those that are impacted by this virus, whether it be health-wise, financially, or any other means. I am sending Reiki light to you. Any of those that have Reiki that are watching this, please do that as well, considering doing the distance Reiki to help send that light out to all who need it. Please try to work on keeping your fear down. Keep the panic down, because panic and fear will not help make this better. Try to keep balanced as best as you can and think about how you can bring joy into your life, how you can bring some peace into your life. We are all trying to get through this together the best that we possibly can, and know that we are in this together. And I am sending that Reiki light to all of you. Have a great week, everybody.